I urge all of us, unexamined life is not worth living. It is time for every Nigerian to sit down and ask ourselves, where is our nation going?
The G-100 was supposed to meet today. Instead, the meeting has been pushed to August 31st. And while the coalition says it needs more time to prepare, another conversation is getting harder to ignore. And the question, is this really about finding the strongest candidate to challenge President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027? Or is there already a battle over who the opposition wants at the top? Because while the G-100 talks about one candidate, new claims are putting Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and Kwankwasiyya right at the center of the conversation. And what happens next could tell us a lot about opposition's real strategy for 2027. But I want us to start with the simplest version of what is being said. Listen to this.
The other issues that we've seen as we head towards the elections, is something that you will continue to see politicians building alliances here and there. And then, of course, Amaechi Sowore, you see the Adewale Adebayo, and then, of course, the factional presidential candidate, as they have said, of the Accord Party. Coming together, these are the sort of alliances that we need. But even if they do agree to step down for one person, can that one person be able to withstand a very strong candidate like President Tinubu of the APC? I think they need to do more. And that's why you would have seen the likes of Saliu Lukman calling for this G-100 summit. But of course, there are fears also that G-100 summit is being called to actually back Atiku Abubakar and not to create, an even ground for all the, for a genuine presidential candidate to emerge.
So that's the claim in its plainest form, that the G-100 coalition at its core exists to back Atiku Abubakar. Let me ask you, do you think Atiku genuinely wants to work with Peter Obi because he understands he can't win alone? Or do you think this is Atiku trying to use Obi's popularity while keeping the real power for himself? While you are answering that question in the comments, make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss the next update. But when you dig one layer deeper, it gets more specific than just backing Atiku. It is about who Atiku wants standing beside him. This next clip goes further than just saying Atiku Abubakar wants support. It says exactly who he wants and why. Watch this carefully.
The G-100 is an offshoot of ADC and they are being engineered by Atiku. Atiku is not really relaxed with Amaechi. Atiku wants Peter Obi by all means. By all means, he wants Peter Obi to be his vice presidential candidate. He is convinced that with Obi, he doesn't really have any problem. He will win the election, the presidential election, landslide. Unfortunately for him, Nigerians don't want him. Nigerians rejected Atiku years back. Now the question we are asking Saliu Lukman, which person will bow down for the other? Because as it stands, 100% all the parties tilted towards the South. Because it's an unwritten gentlemanly agreement. It is the turn of the South. So why is Atiku destroying Nigerian democracy? Why is he trying to manipulate everything? And to you, that is trying to disguise yourself as a patriot, why don't you tell Atiku to step down ASAP? And you say, no, it's the candidate that will take the decision. What manner of rubbish is that? If you really want a Nigeria that will work in, if you want opposition parties to come together, what you will do is tell Atiku to step aside. Tell him, all of you, you guys are G-100. That is a group of 100 technocrats. What you need to do is to visit him, since he's a god that cannot visit anybody. You guys should visit him and tell him to step aside. Tell him that it's not going to work if he doesn't want to step aside, that nobody's going to step down for him. That is just the truth. If you guys are really working for the unity of Nigeria. But no, you cannot do it because to you, you can achieve anything through Atiku. You can yummy up his money. He's ready to dole out dollars to you guys for go and misbehave. For you guys to go and turn Nigerians into foolish people. I don't know what you guys take Nigerians for. I mean the G-100. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I think you guys will be having meeting. Okay, it has been postponed. I don't know what you guys think Nigerians are. That you just wake up one morning and think you can twist the head of Nigerians working for Atiku. Working for Atiku and thinking maybe Nigerians are fools. You guys should stop these manipulations. Stop gaslighting Nigerians with all manner of your rubbish, because Nigerians are too matured. Nigerians are well educated. Nigerians know something. You guys are outdated. Trust me. You call yourself technocrats. But sometimes when you guys behave, I don't know where your brains are. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with telling Atiku to step aside? 100 of you, if you believe that you guys are working for Nigerians or you want the unity of Nigeria, 100, you guys are G-100. That is group of 100, isn't it? You guys should go to him and tell him to step aside.
So, according to this, it is not really about Amaechi. It is about Peter Obi. And the reasoning given is simple. Atiku already tried this before, bringing people under one roof with ADC, and it didn't hold. But this time, the theory goes is specifically positioning for Obi instead, which raises an obvious question. Why Obi and not someone else with a bigger title or more political structure behind them? This old clip might explain it.
The failure in my home, God forbid, is not the fault of my neighbor. And the nature of man is survival of the fittest. Let Obi don't go to ADC. Let Obi go to another party. Let's say Obi is in accord. Obi is the only traction. Obi is the only meaning. Obi is the only factor. When Obi went to Labour that was never known became one election to House of Rep. I'm not saying Obi will win this election. I'm not saying Obi will not win this election. But I'm telling you, even if they don't field Obi.
You could imagine something like that coming out of a former state governor, Ayodele Fayose, and is an opposition for that matter. And this was a while back, but it still holds up today. And that was the reason why I decided to bring back this old clip, just to explain what is going on. He said Obi was the life of ADC, and that if he left, which eventually did, people wouldn't hear much from the party again. And that's actually what happened. Wherever Obi goes, attention and energy follow him. So if you are Atiku and you are trying to build a coalition strong enough to challenge Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it is not hard to see why Obi's name keeps coming up. It is not just about a running mate, it is about who can actually pull a crowd. Now back to today's actual update. The G-100 confirmed it's pushing its summit from August 18 to August 31st. This wasn't random. It came after consultations with the 6 participating parties and the minority caucus in the House of Representatives. And the reason given was that the National Peace Summit, also happening on August 18, was expected to draw the same key holders they need in the room. So rather than compete for the same people's attention on the same day, they choose to wait. They also said the extra time will be used for more internal consultations and that details on the venue and program will be announced later. But here is where it gets interesting. According to the Kwankwasiyya reporter's account on X, ahead of that August 31st meeting, the Obedient and the Kwankwasiyya movement is said to have sent a list of conditions to the G-100, and it's a big one. Obi as president, Kwankwasiyya as vice president, Atiku Abubakar as coalition leader, Amaechi as senate president, David Mark as SSG, Aregbesola as chief of staff, El-Rufai as NSA. Others, including Dixon, Makinde, and Bala, reportedly list for ministerial roles. Now, I want to be careful here, because this is important. This came from one X account, the Kwankwasiyya reporters handle. We haven't independently confirmed that Obi or Kwankwasiyya themselves made these exact demands. So take this as a reported claim, not a confirmed fact. But even if part of it is accurate, it tells you the coalition talks aren't just about picking one name. They are about a full structure of power decided in advance. So here's my honest question for you. Do you think Atiku Abubakar genuinely wants to work with Obi because he understands he can't win alone? Or do you think this is Atiku trying to use Obi's popularity while keeping the real power for himself? Drop your take below. I read every single comment. So that's where things stand. A postponed meeting, a theory about who Atiku really wants beside him, an old clip that explains why Obi keeps coming up, and a reported list of demands that could shape the entire coalition before it even meets on August 31st. No bias, just facts, and by the way, check this video out.